What up, what up? Welcome back to the channel. I'm J. We are locked in. This is episode 6 of them. I know I lied to y'all. I said I was going to do the first 5 episodes. It's 1:02 a.m. I'm doing episode 6 before I go to sleep because I know y'all want these and I don't want to drag it out through the whole week. But episode 5, oh my goodness, that thing was a little bit tough. But we get back into the nonsense. But before we get into that, we got to do the YouTube stuff. Shout out to the notification gang. If you're new to the channel and want to be a part of this, hit the subscribe button, turn on your notification bell so you get something every time I upload. Hit that like button. We on that road to 5,000 subscribers. Now, episode 6, it's day 7, the morning time. So it's going to be a lot that happens in the morning time, but day 1 through 6, it's always been something that happened in the morning. But I'm not going to hold y'all up. Let's jump into it. This is episode 6, the recap. I told y'all. We back to that action. Now, we start the episode off. Ruby's in the bed. She's like, wait, mama, what are you doing? Are you awake? What are you doing? And what do we have? Mama Lucky standing over her with a damn axe talking about go back to sleep, honey. Hell no, mom. I'd be up and out that bed so damn quick. It may be my mom, but my mom about to feel these. It be my daddy. He gonna feel these because ain't nobody standing over me with no damn axe. You gonna have to kill me. And that's what she's about to do. She told Ruby, go back to sleep. Mama just fine. She cocks that axe back. Oh my goodness. I would have rolled about that bed. Bing, bing. Hit mom in that face 1 or 2 times. Took that axe. I'm like, don't even think about it. But that's just me. But it was just a nightmare. Lucky wakes up. So maybe she did buy that axe from that store. She wakes up, Henry in there knocked out because he still got to get up and go to work. And she's looking at her hands and stuff like, damn, am I tripping? I don't know, my hands is kind of tight. That kind of felt a little real. That's because it is real. You may not killed your daughter, but you got that axe and you got these dirty feet on that good carpet. You was in the bed up under the covers too with these dirty things. I know Henry gonna wake up mad. This is where my money's going. You dirtying up stuff. But you gonna have to watch out for her. She got a damn axe in the house and she's sleepwalking. That's a recipe for a disaster. Henry getting up, acting like a zombie, walked into the bathroom, half asleep, like, damn, I gotta go to work again. He starts to shaving, cuts himself right up under here. That's why I hate shaving. That's why I got the beard, people. Forget all that. Now you got this big cut mark on you. You got to put like a little Band-Aid or like a little napkin. I mean, not a napkin, but like a tissue over it. Forget that. Ruby's in the kitchen getting ready for school, so she's eating her cereal and it looks just like corn flakes because they didn't have Frosted Flakes, and I bet the variety of cereal was trash back then. But she's looking at herself at the back of the spoon at a reflection. If you remember, her little imaginary friend was like, oh, you need to always look your best. You could do better. So she's looking at herself and she's kind of, that self-judgment is turning into self-hate. But you guys are beautiful how you are. Then you got Gracie over there getting her hair done. Lucky's over there combing and stuff. Now they got a hot comb. This is the old school hot comb. I know a lot of y'all know about that, but this is where you put it on that stove and let that thing get hot. Because if you wanted to get through that hair, you want that hair straight, you want the hottest of hot comb. Now, I used to have one, got burnt on the back of my neck before, and Lucky's over here doing it. Let's see how good of a stylist she is. Now, look at her. If you were to just come over, you like, damn, are you drunk? But anyone moving like this, she doesn't need to have anything hot in her hand, anything sharp in her hand, nothing at all. But she's just like, man, forget it, I'm about to do this hair. She's starting to zone out. She tripping. She just had that horrible nightmare too about killing one of her daughters. What did I tell y'all? She is zoning out. She's losing it. Now Gracie's hair is all on fire. You see the fire in Lucky's eyes and stuff. And Gracie turns around. Do I look good now, mama? And then, whoa. Gets burnt on the back of the neck because she's having another one of those hallucinations where she's seeing things that really aren't there, but maybe they are there. And she burns Gracie on the back of the neck. Even Ruby pops up like, what did you do, mama? Gracie's like, she burned me. Look at Gracie. I'm telling y'all, that's a little maniac there. I wouldn't want her running around the house. I'd have to keep a close eye on her. She just always looks like she's up to no good, even when she's in pain. Damn, Gracie. Henry heard all that yelling in the kitchen. He was like, man, the hell with this. I'm going outside. Day 7, people, and they still ain't cleaned up the yard or nothing. The dogs are still out there. But Henry's getting the girls and they about to head on out. Of course, our friendly neighborhood watch Betty is looking out the window every morning. Let me see where these niggers are going. They leaving today? Y'all ain't moved yet? Betty we gonna get her about this neighborhood, I tell you that. Betty, being the spoiled brat that she is, she wants to live the lavish life. So she starts looking at the house, peels back the wallpaper, and it looks like a little mold back there. Don't say black mold, people, because there's no such thing. It's just mold, and it just happens to be black. But black mold is not a thing. All you have to do with this is just get you 10% bleach, get you some water, dilute it a little bit with the 10% bleach, wipe down any of the mold. You'll be rid of it in maybe a day or two. Mr. Burke is messing with Henry now because Henry went and introduced himself to the CEO. So Mr. Burke is looking over the little plans that they have. He's an engineer, so he's good with numbers, and he's asking Henry, what are the numbers to this? And he's like 0.00625. Now, I know exactly what Henry is going through. I told you I got a bioenvironmental background, so the numbers, I had to deal with the numbers too. But he asked Henry, why didn't you put a reference on here so I can see it? There doesn't need to be a reference on it because I'm the one doing it. This is my project. I don't need a reference number there. If I know the numbers, I could just do it. So I know exactly what Henry is going through. So Mr. Burke, being how he is, he's trying to use everything against Henry to now belittle him. So what he's saying is, this is a team project. And Henry's saying, you're getting mad at me because I didn't do somebody else's work when I did my work, the majority of it. And he's saying, well, if you weren't over here meeting the boss and everything and shaking hands, maybe your work could get done on time. This is how they do you. You do a good job and they try to find everything in the world, the littlest thing, to try to make it seem like you not doing something right. Now, Henry's in there, fist up under the table, balled up. He looks over at the letter opener like, man, if I got an idea, I could just end it all. And Mr. Burke is making it worse, talking about, you think Mr. Stokes going to just invite you to play golf? No, that's not how we think. He just introduced him to let him know that I'm an engineer so he could potentially get the raise that he deserves for this project. But Mr. Burke, he doesn't like that. He doesn't like somebody smarter than him, especially a black man. Henry tries to explain to him, I'm ready for this job. It's my project. And Mr. Burke is like, you're getting smart with me? You know what? I know when I made a mistake and I'll admit to it. The mistake was I brought you up too fast. You weren't ready for this. When obviously Henry is overqualified. He's the one actually doing the most work on a project. But what Mr. Burke does is he doesn't demote him. He tells him, you know what? You're not going to work on the Pentagon contract. You're going to go work on something less serious because you're not going to mess this up. Profit sharing is something you earn, Henry, and you still make more money than any Negro I know. Just because I make more than the next man doesn't mean I don't deserve to work on what I deserve to work on. What I make is what I make because I earn that. This is how they do you. This is how they do you. And it happens today in the workforce, and y'all just sit there and allow it. Not me, though. Not me. And then the worst part of it is before Henry was leaving, he was like going down to commercial work on a little DC project. Henry was like, yes, sir. He said, what you say? Yes, sir. And he done balled his fist up so tight, he got blood in his hand. He came out the office, slammed the door. So you know everybody's looking like, oh, Lord, let's be prepared. This black man might act a damn fool up in here. But Henry, he ain't going out like that. He just going to go leave and go do his job on the DC project. Instead of sitting at the house, Lucky hops on that bus. I'm going back to Watts. I will not be at this house. Now, I don't know how much money Henry had left around the house for her to get on these buses, but she went out there. Now she's talking to Hazel, and Hazel's like, yeah, you guys were crazy for moving to white ass Compton. Like, y'all should have came out here with us. And Lucky's trying to explain, like, you think I'm crazier? She's like, nah, it's not that. But you want my advice? I'm going to give you my advice. You may not like it, though. But you never told me what actually happened to your son, Chester. And this right here kind of hits Lucky, and she's like, dang. So it starts making her think about other things. So to try to say that she's not crazy, she's like, the other night when I was here, y'all were talking about black people going crazy moving here. And Hazel's like, oh man, we just be talking. Don't nothing like that be really happening. Oh man, look at this face here. Lucky says, what happened? You know something. And she's like, nah, that's just my face. I just look like that. That doesn't mean I know something. Hazel starts to say there was a lady in Compton, but they drove her crazy. And Lucky's like, what happened? What did she do? And she's like, man, she killed them. She killed them all. Her kids, everybody. Just get rid of all of them. Her name was Arnett Bolton or Bolton, something like that. But yeah, she up in the crazy asylum. Our favorite nosy neighbor, Betty, she goes to the bank because she's trying to get up out this neighborhood. You already know she had that little scheme to try to sell her house and get a loan from her dad. But the dad was like, nah, we ain't having it. So she gets to the bank and she's going to see about her account. And the bank guy's like, I think you need to have your husband here because this is a joint account and his name is on here. She's like, no, I opened the account. Matter of fact, my dad did. Do I need to call my dad? Because her dad he's a rich man. So if a rich guy calls the bank like, hey, we don't want your service no more, they're going to do everything they can. But this banker, he's like, I still can't. I don't think I should do that. This should be talked to between you and your husband. And what does Mr. Fuller tell Betty? The reason I said you should talk to your husband about your savings because it's not there. And Betty's like, what? There was $6,000 in there. He's like, well, it's about $400 now. My boy, my boy Clark been out balling. You know what I'm saying? I'm spending all the money for the house. I'm about to go make it rain. I'm about to go get me some drinks. That money's my money. Betty's trying to play it off. She got the little grin. Nah, that money gone. It's $400 left. You get that. Go do something. Go buy that wallpaper since you lied about it the first time. Now, we seen this girl in the closet. Face look burnt up or dirty or whatever it is, but she's not real. The only thing is Ruby doesn't know this yet. And she's just talking to her and the girl's like, guess what? We're trying out for cheerleading. They said I could and you should come and join with me. After school today, you and me, let's do it. And Ruby's like, okay. Now this white girl's trying to convince her we're friends. So let's just do it. You know, let's give these people something to look at. We know this is going to end bad. Hop on that bus and we're going to head to the crazy asylum. And Arnett Beaumont says she will meet with Miss Emery. And when she gets outside, she sees her. They have an escort with her. And the guy's like, hey, you got 15 minutes. So I came up with the 15-15 rule. 15 minutes to talk to her, and I can't be more than 15 feet away from her because this lady is crazy. Now, when she gets out there, she gets straight to it. She's in her wheelchair. Are you married? Yes. Do you have children? Yes, 2 girls. Well, before you kill them, you need to think about how much you gonna miss them. And Lucky's sitting there like, man, what in the world? Because she knows she's having all these crazy ass visions. She's either sleepwalking or she's doing it and she just doesn't remember. But in her head, she's like, oh my goodness, this is about to be bad, bad, bad. Henry gets home after all this disappointing news. I ain't gonna be on the Pentagon project, so he just riding home. You know how it is when you get some bad news. He gets to the house and when he opens up the door, nobody's there. But randomly the TV turns on. Now this is 1953. It ain't no timers on this TV. You gotta go up there and turn that knob. So me, right off the bat, I would have been like, what the hell? And either turn it off or unplug the TV. But Henry looked at it, he's just like, man, forget it. I had a bad day. So when you have a bad day, you don't even go to your room and change your clothes. Normally on a regular day, you go home, you take your suit off, take that tie off. Let me get comfortable, put on some relaxing clothes. Nah, on a tough day like this, you go straight to the refrigerator, you grab you a cold one. Henry grabbed 2 of them, so you know how he really feeling right now. He about to just throw them back, watch some TV. Now look how he's sitting there. Now, if you pay close attention to what the TV is doing, it's just randomly flipping through channels. You see some war stuff, but then the channel it stops on, it says a criminal has distinct facial features that you can determine, oh, that's a straight up criminal. pretty much how this relates to what's going on with Henry is, you can look at him, he's black, he's not fast enough, he's not smart enough, he can't process fast enough to do this work. See, everything relates to each other. It's the small things you got to pick up on. Now, you know Henry's going through it, so while he's sitting there, he just randomly goes from and looks over. It's no one there but you, Henry. It's no one there but you, brother. Now, Henry, he sees something on TV, and if you listen to it, it's a black man. He talking to it's not a master, but it's his boss, and he's talking about them bones is any bigger, boss. Boy, you be scared walking around there. And you know, they only got like 3 channels back then, so Henry he cracking up, but you start to hear another laugh, like, and you look like, what? Why is there 2 people laughing? It's just Henry here. But so we thought. It's Mr. Tap Dance Man. He's sitting there cracking up. That's a funny one there, boss. And Henry looks over like, how the hell did you get here? Now, this guy, the Tap Dance Man, Henry's like, this is my house. And he looks around like, yeah, you paid enough for it. And then he starts to get on his boss. Because I remember I told y'all, when you got this black face and he up there dancing, shucking and jiving, you doing everything to impress the boss. You're not being you. You doing what they want you to do. So he's like, yeah, that rascal taking food out your kid's mouth. I'm pretty much saying, you ain't getting that promotion. That's food. That's money for food to put in your family's mouth. So Henry and the Tap Dance Man, they just going back and forth, mocking the old boss, old Mr. Burke. And he's like, shoot, let me get some of that beer. And if you look at his hand, it look like he missing these fingers here. These 2, you know, your pointer in there. He's like, let me get some of that beer. And he just takes that thing back. I'm talking about it's just falling all over his mouth, like just chest, like, man, looking like a real savage. I'm talking about like missing most of his mouth. He just go. He got that damn bottom lip going. He guzzling that thing down though. And out of nowhere, the Tap Dance Man starts singing, oh, what you gonna do? Oh, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? Pretty much he's trying to hype Henry up. Like, okay, you been drinking. What you gonna do about it though? Boss man said you ain't gonna get that raise. What you gonna do about it? Boss man said you gotta go working on the DC project. What you gonna do about it? Boss man said you can't work on the Pentagon project no more. What you gonna do about it? So he's just enticing Henry. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Henry went and got that gun. That's what we gonna do. And then you hear the Tap Dance Man, ooh, I seen that face before, and trouble comes behind it. Man, Tap Dance Man about to get Henry all kinds of messed up. We don't get to see much of little Gracie, aka the Maniac, but I like her. I like her character. But she's in school now. And what do we do every day before the class started? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God. Now they're in there saying it, and then the teacher's like, all right, who can come up here and say it on their own? And guess who volunteers? Gracie. Oh, I can't. Pick me. Ooh, pick me. Come on. Just like Ruby, Gracie's a smart one. When your mom was a teacher, of course, they're going to be more advanced than everybody else because their mom is teaching them nonstop. So she gets up there and she starts to pledge allegiance, and the sound is good. I'm like, okay, she knows what she's doing. Even the teacher's like, okay, she's good. Let's get it. But one thing about this family, nothing's ever sweet. Not for too long. Who do we see outside? Miss Vera. And she just standing there. And Gracie's looking out the window and she's like, no, go away, please. Go away, Miss Vera. So she stops saying the Pledge of Allegiance and all the kids start laughing like, she doesn't know the words anymore. But they don't know. She sees something outside, and what's outside could kill everybody. And now little Gracie's cat in the bag. I'm telling y'all, this is a little maniac. She probably the coolest one in the house, but man, this little girl, she cat in the bag. And all the kids are scared. Even the teacher's like, what the hell is cat in the bag? Look at that face. Cat in the bag. Now, if y'all remember, cat in the bag is how her little brother died. Miss Vera got her doing some messed up things. Now, this lady is speaking knowledge. That's all I'm gonna say. She's speaking knowledge. You can win the lottery, but wealth can't buy freedom and can't make you forget who you are. Now, wealth doesn't get a black person anywhere. Now, I make these videos for y'all, but I don't own YouTube. I gotta go through YouTube. This place I stay in, I don't own this building. I gotta pay somebody. Wealth ain't gonna get you nowhere. But her mom said light and bright is always right. And it really isn't. Now she starts to go into details of how she killed her family the night of the incident. And she says the light and bright is always right. She didn't think about that until she moved to Compton. She didn't even think about her mom for years until she moved to Compton. Now they're sitting here and on TV, there's a lady cleaning the floor with some bleach. And she's sitting here. She said they haven't left the house in days because they got out there and it was rough for them too. So they just stay in the house, eat the food they have, got the nice little Coca-Cola glass bottles. She's seen the bleach on TV. She looks in the kitchen and what does she see? The cabinet wide open with the bleach. She takes her family into the kitchen, got them on their knees, and they talking about light and bright. It's always right. Light and bright is always right. And she pouring bleach all in their mouth and stuff. They coughing up, bleeding and stuff. They end up dying on the ground. Oh my God, dog. That's a terrible way to go out. She said while all this was going on, she couldn't stop herself. It's like something was pulling her in, but she never told the cops about the man. And Lucky's like, what man? The man with the black hat. Y'all remember him? The man on the bus. Ruby shows up for cheerleading practice or tryouts. Old girls in here, but you looking around, I'm like, man, the gym lights are off. She said the gym team, the boys basketball team, they're still in the gym. Oh, and the girls are downstairs to try out. Come on, let's go. I would have been like, I'm good. It is too dark in here and I am black. Hop back on that bus. Now we got to go all the way back to Compton because we got to get Gracie out of school because Gracie over here, according to the white teacher, she's not processing things fast enough. She doesn't need to be in this class. And that's not what you're trying to say in front of Lucky. And Gracie's like, Mommy, I know the words. It's just Miss Vera. And the teacher says, does cat in the bag mean anything to you? And of course it does mean something to her. It just triggers her. And she's like, look, don't worry about my daughter because we not going to be up in here no longer. We go downstairs, we see the girls. Okay, well, it kind of look dirty down here, a little junky. This is where we having tryouts. And the girls, they in formation. Our boys will shine tonight. Our boys will shine tonight. They got choreographed, so they get choreographed everything. They out here dancing and stuff. Our boys will shine tonight. Our boys. She looking like, okay, y'all doing y'all thing down here. Let me get in on this. So with us knowing that this girl is fake or a hallucination or maybe one of Miss Vera's people, we're looking at Ruby like, you need to get up out of here, especially in the basement. It's dark down here. Everything's covered up like this place ain't been used in years. And you're black. Get the hell up out of here. Get to the house. Go home. They get Ruby in the middle. All the girls around her getting hyped. They swag surfing, singing Our Boys Will Shine tonight. She doing leg kicks, jumping around all happy. And, oh yeah, we in here. Cabbage Patch. Well, I don't know what they were doing back then, but they getting crunk. I tell you that. But nothing ever goes good for this family. All the cheerleaders, they start doing all kinds of weird moves. So now we know, these girls ain't real either. Ruby's just down here acting a damn fool on her own. These girls are putting legs behind their head, turning their whole torsos and stuff. I am going home. It was good, girls, but I'm out of here. I don't want to be on a cheer team anymore. Look at Ruby down here by herself. Yeah, she getting crunk. The girls ain't even down here no more. It's just her. All this stuff, she just seeing things. She down here by herself. Oh my goodness. Our boys will shine tonight. And they had the little clap going and everything. But it's just you. It's just you, Ruby. Go home. Henry got that thing on his hip. The tap dance man then hyped his ass up. He done went to boss man's house. And it ain't no telling what he's about to do. He's creeping. He's looking through the windows and stuff. Like, man, it's broad daylight, Henry. You tripping, bro. He sees a knife through the window. He hears somebody on the inside. He's not sure who it is, but he does see a knife. If we can get in there, I can get that knife and, carve a few things up. While he's walking around the house trying to find his way in, some good white man walking by smoking a cigarette. Hey boy, what you doing over there? You don't belong over here. And Henry plays the role. Oh, sorry, sir. I must be lost. And the guy with the cigarettes, look at me when I'm talking to you. Yeah, you must be lost. So Henry, he's like, all right, yeah, I'm lost. Yeah, I'm lost. Bow! Henry pistol whipping in the back of the head. Don't talk to me like that. I ain't your damn boy. Yeah. We on that action now. We got that 4-5. We about to make something shake. Mama and Gracie, they walking home, and Gracie's like, Mom, I didn't do nothing. I promise I didn't do nothing. I know the words to the Pledge of Allegiance. And Mama's like, don't worry about that. What made you say cat in the bag? Did you see Miss Vera? And Gracie knows she's not supposed to talk about Miss Vera anymore, but she's like, yeah, I did. So Lucky, she's like, oh my God, hey, walk faster. We got to get up out of here. We are not staying here anymore. Now, Betty, we know she's upset. Clark then took the money out the account. She's walking over here. Do you have any intentions on cleaning up this yard? You got this thing all messed up out here, making the property value go down. Betty comes over there. This is not how civilized people live. And Lucky, she's already up 3-0 on Betty. She says, tell me about it. And then all of a sudden, Betty says the word that there's no coming back from. Niggers. Gracie, hold Mama's purse. Mama gotta go. She gotta go do some adult talking to Miss Wendell. Some of us are just about fed up. Damn, Lucky. What'd you do that for? The score is 4-0. Lucky. Game over. Lucky wins. Slap the taste out of face. And you hear little Gracie on the porch. That's right, Mama. Whoop their asses. This is how you look when you know you messed up. Slap the hell out of her. Betty runs back to her house and grabs a knife. She don't know what she gonna do, but she knows she ain't about to go mess with Lucky one-on-one. Because she don't know if Lucky got that thing in that house still too. She's like, oh my God. So what does she do? The next best thing. Tear up her own place. Tearing wallpaper off the wall, breaking the china glass, tearing up everything. Like, damn, my boy Clark gonna be mad when he get home. But at this point, Betty, she's just losing at all walks of life. I'm just sorry. It's over with, Betty. You're done. Betty gets on the phone and she makes a phone call. You remember you made a promise to me? Well, I need that like right now. There you go, episode 6 to recap. Man, this show is actually so damn good, man. Betty got what was coming for her. I know a lot of y'all laughed, and I know a lot of y'all were happy to see Lucky finally get that slap off. I was too. But hey, that's episode 6. Let me know what y'all thought about the episode. I'm Mo.J. If you like the content on the channel, hit the subscribe button, give me a like button. We on that road to 5,000 subscribers. I'm out.
Jimmy on the beat, boy.